So it's about 100 credits for this bigger response. At least right now. I think the token to credit exchange rate will change for sure. Yeah, I was saying stuff like this, and I definitely don't want that. The priest is on the phone. Okay, so in this case, uh, cursor here, conversation is just message. Excuse me. So it's this message it's talking about, or not maybe? Yeah, I think response and conversation are the same thing here. Very cool. Okay. Um, so I want to work on the fact stuff, which is here. Okay. This is funny because I don't get how two conversations in 3 months, what's taken this fake person 10 hours? Oh, maybe it's like the outreach or something? Like the selling and marketing side? Yeah, this is subject to change. I don't know what's going to go in here yet, but the general idea, this is all generally right. Um, it's just a bit more nuanced than being like here. I think it's going to be a bit more nuanced than being like the user was presented with 5 options and um, um, they chose one out of the five, and then like that's the reasoning or the data point. Um, so and then therefore I don't having one object with all this stuff doesn't make the most sense. I feel like so much is going to be lost in here. Yeah, I think what would be much better is um uh is searching through like relationships and stuff as opposed to the text. So like we would just this would be much bigger in my opinion. Um, and then when a related situation comes up regarding, groups in this case, um, you know, it would be one of a few pieces of information that we give to the prompt. Uh, so kind of like that approach, as opposed to like, here's all of the context of a decision. They would be kind of broken up, I think, in between a bit more. Um, Still working that part out though. Especially not this. Like it would be like we would have like a what worked document, It'd be like here are the things that worked in the past, and then even furthermore, like here are all of the group things that worked in the past. Here are all of the onboarding things that have worked in the past. Here are all the, and then further, here are all the onboarding things that have worked for users above this age or within this demographic or at this stage of their life, right? It would kind of like continue to break out so that, you know, it's easy to piece together, the user journeys. Um, so, yeah, might have to take Rocco out here in a second. See when I last took him out. Because then in this case, like each of these what work documents or table rows would then also have um, like a tag for community groups or however that works out, like the tagging and stuff, labeling and stuff. Um, and then like other ideas would also have like a low cost, no for free, low cost or no cost. I guess that was what that would be. No cost. We'd have low cost of in certain dollars or whatever. Like, oh, you tried to do community groups. Like, how much was it per group? And then like the user can be like, oh, it typically, and this is the range. So then in the future, it's like, hey, you talked about groups, and then you said, doing the group approach to increase the customer acquisition cost by $6 or whatever. Like that stuff would be able to be worked out over time. But having this kind of document is a recipe for disaster. Because yeah, yep. This is generally the route that I'm talking about, which is like there's so many types of decisions, and then within those decision types, so many nuances that differ between the decision types. Um, so yeah, because like right now it could be like, oh, I did community groups because I don't have the money for paid ads, and that's why I did community groups. But I 6 months later, I'm saying that revenue is growing and I'm at this MRR. So and like these are my costs because we've also talked about that. And then AI can be like, oh, last time you didn't choose paid ads because you didn't have the money, but now you got a little bit of disposable income. Maybe you want to try doing paid ads now. Here are potential steps or like costs, or here's how your day would change if you did paid ads. Or to do paid ads, you need to create content. You would need to hire this person or that person, that role, this role, or you'd be able to use this AI tool, that AI tool to do ABC, right? Yeah, so we would have summarization. So based on the conversations that the individual had today, call it conversation, what we're calling exchange, which is just I send a request, what are some options? The AI returns a response, and then those two, the request and response, are tied together via an exchange. Um, um, so those exchanges, every night we'll have a bunch of scheduled functions that grab the recent exchanges, extract out new data, whether that's a summarization or this decision intelligence, finding new facts, finding new relationships, etc. And then it will compare with what we have in the database, so what we've talked about already, what we know already, and then it will reconcile from there, right? In many different ways. And that's a whole nother thing, is like, how do we manage reconciliation, right? Which is, just comparing what we have to the new stuff and determining what's the truth or what is relevant, and all of that stuff. Sometimes relevancy is based off of like just time. Other times it's based off of like matureness or this or that. So yeah, very cool. All good stuff. I don't care for this stuff. Yeah. So decision intelligence is something that we definitely need. Not quite there yet, though. I need to actually do the summarization and the factor extraction first. But this is great to have. Okay, yeah, it's all good stuff. All right, so this should be, where is this file at? Brainstorming, okay. Clean up these files real quick. And we gonna rock a boogie. Oh, I don't need this. That's just literally like a chat thread, like a massive chat thread. All right, so all this is inside of source. We have testing. Inside of testing, we have all of these fake personas, these fake business founders. Take Alex Kim. Alex Kim. Uh-oh. Maybe I definitely didn't update Alex, but okay, let me go to Marcus. Take Marcus. Marcus has a persona, a fake persona. Marcus is a self-taught iOS developer, React Native developer, second time founder, building a fitness tracking app. Right, so we have a persona for Marcus, and I think I'm actually getting rid of all of these, but we're just, yeah, coming up with different types of founders, and then I'm working with AI to come up with like expected journeys. Um, and then that's what kind of fueled this kind of chat thread where I said, hey, I need some help. AI is like, okay, what's going on with your retention? I said I interviewed some people. Turns out that once they hit level 5, they're churning because they exercise is too tough and they can't complete it. Therefore, they don't log it, and then they step away. and then we kind of walk through that. So that's all AI generated. I would do the same for these other people. I used to use ChatGPT, not anymore. What is this one about? Oh, this is a summary of two files, two documents or art posts on Twitter. I don't need that now, but good to have. I don't need it at the moment. I don't need any of this stuff. Phase 2 is just moving away from Firebase into Supabase. Don't need this. Don't need OAuth. Don't need session summary. Don't need this. And I can move this up. Sweet. Very cool. All right, sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna stop there. Go watch Rocco. Appreciate you watching, whoever you are. Thanks for hanging out. Let me know if you have any questions, and yeah, happy to keep going. So yeah, let me know. I'll see you around.